It's next to impossible, and you get such result, you being AIR3 and 99.998. Some different feeling, right? Who would have expected this? No one. So once you got into JBIMS, can you um tell us about a typical day in JBIMS? How is it like? Who do you interact with on a daily basis? How are the lectures like? The timings, the clubs, the committees?
I think some of the things I would keep reserved for students to reach there because
Fair.
they'll be amazed when they reach. But as you know, it is always dynamic. The whole day-to-day activity from morning till evening and post evening, it is everything, something or the other is going around. There is not a like a rest day in JBMS where you can put your head down and say, "Arey, ab to sab kaam ho gaya." No, and yes, the professors are just like I don't know. I haven't been to other MBA colleges, but I have interacted with many of my friends who have been to different MBA colleges. So what I feel is that emphasis on academic that is there in JBIMS, I think that puts it apart. And I think more so the reason is that our faculty is more industry exposed and they have so much industry experience that they teach it from that perspective that not only to cover the academic part, they also help us understand that once we reach to the industry, how we have to think. So I think that was a very unique perspective that I got through the lectures at JBMS. The clubs, yes, there is abundance of clubs that are there for each of the domains, whether it be operations, marketing, or finance, and they are also continuously working. And the committees, all the great committees that people will get to know once they reach JBMS are there. So people will understand that JBMS is one of the, I know I'm not saying only, but one of the most prominent colleges that is completely run by students from start to end. It is a student run college. So
Yeah,
that was also a very unique experience to have.
yeah,
That
that
we are the
feels
ones who are driving the college.
yeah, feels really nice. Even when I was in the committee, we used to take decisions that ideally a professor or someone who is in the admin team of the college should probably take that decision. But it was us who used to take those decisions, those big ones, and set up everything, set up the festivals, calling the alums, interacting with the alums. So it was something that I had not expected before getting into JBMS. So anyway, talking about industry, talking about jobs, you'd like to know that where you're working currently and what's your current role like.
So I'm currently working with SBI Capital Securities. And there are various different domains in SBI Capital Securities. I currently work in the retail assets department. And the retail assets generally constitutes of the home loan and the auto loan part. And I basically look after, I give them a bird view and strategies of how to expand our domain. What are the opportunities in different regions that are there? And I also drive the complete APF business that is there of retail assets department, which is approved project finance. So that is a business point that I completely own and I completely drive to bring the revenue for SBI Capital Securities.
Sounds amazing. Would that involve a lot of interaction with the CXOs of the company?
It would involve a lot of interactions with various different verticals as well as hierarchies. I had to coordinate with all the regional heads and all the clusters, the pan India, to understand how the progress is going. I would then have to explain to the top management that how our progress is going, what are the various issues that are having, or what are the various good things, or which regions are performing really well. So, and because there is so many regions that we have to go forward, there are lots of analysis that keeps on going, lots of things you have to suddenly jump across, though it's a very dynamic but a really good part that I'm working on.
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. I think these kind of roles are the ones that JVMS gives you. Being from a top college, these companies and the management believes in. graduates from JBMS, and then they are willing to give them more responsibilities and more impactful work. So, coming back to life after JBMS, could you tell us how it changed? How your life changed before JBMS and after JBMS? What's the difference? What was the salary growth like? What was the difference in the exposure? What was the difference in the respect at the workplace?
So I think one of the major changes that I felt was that obviously there was first thing was the salary growth that was there. It was leaps and bounds from the previous company that I was
If
working
if
on. Secondly,
if asked how by how many times did it increase? Could you give us a rough number?
around 3x growth was there.
Fab.
So, and one of the major things that you pointed out for the JBMS graduates was the responsibility. This is one thing I felt from right from the day one, that as soon as I entered, people were more than happy to give me very significant number of responsibility, very significant number of projects that are very important for the firm. Like the APF is a very important thing for the retail assets department, and I am completely looking after. I single as a single individual is completely have the sole responsibility of driving it and also looking after all the performance and all the business that it is generating. So they are not only willing, but they also expect us to handle these responsibilities with utmost care, because that is the level of respect that JBMS holds still in the industry. So that is one thing I felt when I reached the SBI Securities, that people are having lots of expectations from JBMS because of the brand that JBMS has created. And also, I felt that people are more respectable to you when interacting with you, when talking with you. They also want to learn your perspective a lot. They want to pick your brain a lot. So that is also something unique. I felt that instead of you just working on your domain, people also want to learn your perspective and understand how you think and how you can help even in the other fields that are there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing that every JBMS graduate would feel that at the workplace after JBMS. Even I felt that you get a lot of respect at your workplace. People want to interact a lot with you. They want to pick your brains, as you rightly said. And it's a lot more fun working over there because people, the higher management trusts you with responsibility, and your decision can impact the company. I mean, the it can pave the path for the company, or it can, mess with the company. Your one decision can do a lot of stuff. So yeah, Rajat, one last question that I would like to ask you. There's been a lot of podcasts and a lot of people saying about this that MBA is a scam. So I would want to understand from you, do you really think that MBA is a scam, or what is it? What's your take on this?
I think this scam word generally comes from the duration portion. That is where the confusion is, that a degree of such significance that involves only a limited time frame of study, and most of the time people are engaged in other activities, has to inherently be a scam, but it is completely far from truth. There is lots of different exposures you get during MBA, and MBA literally stands for Masters in Business Administration. So the way the curriculum is structured, you obviously become a master in how to administer the business, and also this was also a point that was there during a silver jubilee also. So that's all I wanted to point out. Ours is very there is a very key reason that it is masters in management studies, because our institute focuses on the S part a lot, which is the studies. So at least from our point, I didn't find any scam per se, and there was lots of different learning, lots of exposure, and how to work in a very fast environment. Because once you get into the industry, apart from MBA, all the degrees just teach you the technical know-how or just a fundamental know-how that this means this. But the rigor that is needed, the dynamism that is needed, the ability to multitask that is needed, that is only taught you through MBA. So I don't feel that it's a scam.
I completely agree with you. The talent to multitask is taught by MBA, and MBA is not just about studying, it's also about networking, the kind of people you meet, the learnings from the professor. As you rightly said, that they are in JBMS, at least they are the ones from the industry and they give their inputs, which is exactly needed for that company, for that industry, and how you can climb the corporate ladder down the line. So it's much more than whatever puny things that guys talk about. You only get to understand and learn once you yourself experience it. So, guys, it's really important to get into a top MBA college instead of just settling for tier two or three, which is why we always push our students and the aspirants to try to crack the top colleges, the top management colleges in India, and learn and experience what me and Rajat were talking about in this interview. So, if you're willing to genuinely crack CET or CAT and get into your dream college, the top percentile, at the top percentile, we have launched courses for CAT and CET where alums of IIM Ahmedabad and JBIMS would be teaching. Rajat would be a part of it. He had scored great numbers in CAT and CET, and he'll be there to guide, mentor, and teach you. For more information on our courses, you can call on the number which is given in the description. You can text us on that number. You can text us on Instagram, and we'll get back to you. Just leave a message. Whatever doubts you have, you can even put it on the comments of this video. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button because it motivates us to call more guests, more toppers, and take their insights and get you motivated. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you so much, Rajat, for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.